tried to convince them, but my little brother had some medium rare. It was pretty good. It was a big moment for me, actually. But for GX, coming into this matchup, as we said, it's really about taking that embarrassment off the table. Heretics have the chance to lock them in to the bottom of the board, and we'll see.
Camera taken out.
A lot of things to discuss when it comes to GX in terms of the changes. Uli was touching on them there in the desk. The fact that this is a team that has had to make some roster changes, and we haven't really seen the identity shift in the way that we expect. Mentioning that Net, for example, played a solid Sentinel, but they're coming in here with the double duelist lineup. And Westside, man who's also known for a similar playstyle. On the Phoenix, we've seen him deliver before. He'll definitely be a focal point for me in this matchup. And with Flickless's flank no longer possible, a plant on the C sites in a 5v4.
Yeah, it's not the greatest lurk of all time, and it's given a lot of space over to the defense. Koshmaras back on his trusty Neon. Will look to lead the charge. Paranoia through makes it very, very awkward for Westside to take that fight. And in fact, Koshmaras has doubled up, leaving 2 remaining. Ara and Net to try and hold that line, and it seems like Ara might be in a lot of trouble. In fact, he most certainly is. That will be, and I'm going to preemptively say it, an in-zone flawless.
Yeah, nice work by Heretics from the very get-go, catching Flickless, dropping out of the window, and then pushing together to get back into those fights. Kosh doing a lot of work, dealing with Westside, a man who's known for his headshot potential, but of course, when he's caught with his hot hands out, he doesn't really stand a chance of connecting those headies. And following up onto Jesse, pretty much sealed the deal on this round. Well, Benji was there to do that.
Let's go! Let's go!
I think as well, like just talking overall stories, I would have come into this stage with obviously GX losing out on Cloud. It didn't seem like that was a decision that they made.
Yeah.
He ended up leaving, and Pipson seemed very sad about it, and understandably so. And then even one of the replacements they were hoping to bring in, not being the replacement that they wanted to bring in, starting as a stand-in and then becoming a main roster, I would have gone in and gone, okay, Heretics should be massive favorites going into this game. But then you look at both teams' last 3 games, it's a 2-0 loss to Liquid for both of them, it's a 2-0 loss to KC for both of them, and a 2-0 victory against Eternal Fire for both of them. So, if anything, this feels like a perfectly balanced game, which is very worrying for a Team Heretics side, which has very high expectations on their shoulders.
Yeah, I think that's a fair criticism for Heretics. We don't expect them to be 1-2 fighting for that 1-3 position, fighting to avoid it, more so. But perhaps this is a chance at redemption for them. They're facing a fractured GX, and you know, it's funny you touch on that with Cloud leaving the roster. Another end zone flawless indeed. Nice start. And with Cloud leaving this roster, you know, he's someone that Pipson had attached a lot of hope to when it comes to GX. Someone that I personally was a bit critical of stepping into that IGL role because personal drop-offs in performance and thinking about what it could be if he was serving under an IGL, contributing to the voice. But they started to make him look like a very solid choice in that position. He grew over time, and
probably
now that
he's still their best player as well.
Yeah, probably still the best individual player, and as he's sprouting into this beautiful IGL, he's stolen by another team, and Pipson's left to rebuild yet again. The rebuild has been, again, locked into what I think a lot of people will look at and say roles for certain players that don't really seem to be their strengths, but they're making the best of what they've got to work with, and at least for now, it is working for GX to get into this C site. 4 versus 3, good traits early, and with Woot and that Vice setup from Benji Fishy gone, this has made it much easier to set themselves up in the post plan.
Well, they've got an opportunity to already do better than Eternal Fire did when they played against Team Heretics on this very map. That was a 13-0, lest we forget. And that's a problem. That, yeah, I think Jesse tried to bait the TP. Instead, he gets caught. Westside up close. He does have his ult, but clearly doesn't want to use it in this scenario. Koshmaras hasn't cleared the angle, though. Maybe too many targets for him to try and find with the time ticking down. This should be a done deal. They should have beaten Eternal Fire on this map already, and for Riens, it's about damage. It's about making this as costly as possible, and he will get nothing, because one thing that is always consistent is the Westside is still on fire.
On fire on the Phoenix, so run it back online early on in this round. Honestly, him getting the last few kills, not the end of the world, but a great early stance from GX. The fact that Westside doesn't use the ultimate even after that pressure from Kosh, I was a little worried to see him molly in hand up close after what happened earlier on towards those double doors, but well, it hasn't panned out poorly for GX whatsoever. Heretics come back in with a buy. Woot this time with an operator is going to be much harder to deal with, and even with that smoke down on long, he is just pushing down, taking the control, trying to use it as a bait to pull someone around the angle. But GX are very, very passive indeed, trying to contain any aggression coming out of the other side. Of course, the problem here is going to be that late round information, Heretics constantly having the C-long control, and I imagine in a while, Woot's going to be stepping forward here in that drone on A, securing a bit more space. Even if he doesn't, he's probably on for one kill and an instant TP out of there if they do go towards that side of the map. He's got Vice utility behind him as well as the trap covering Garage. So Heretics can stack a lot of presence, at least towards B, if not towards A as they hear this noise.
Yeah, it's
GX approaching.
They're still fully committed to that B side of the map.
They've heard
potential
noise
for some delay. I guess that's the sort of counter to it, but no paranoia available anymore for Boo, so he's at least going to have to try and get something done. No support from his teammates, and he's still sticking around. He's denied the ultimate at least. Good work to start with, but then he's traded out for nothing more.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, it looked like a nice play with the vines there to slow them down, but on the back foot now are Heretics. GX get their plant. Ara does very well to quickly pull that advantage away, and Boo now no smokes to play with on the way back through.
Nice
Koshmaris. Well, it's been a great start to this map so far. He's looking crispy, but it's going to be tough diving out of heaven. The wall not covering him fully, and Ara quickly picks him off. A flurry of frags leaves Rienz alone. Nice isolation of the first. He had a chance onto Jesse, but Net was right below to pick him up. 2-2. And early on, there is a bit of a contest indeed, but Koshmaris is drawing my eye. He's already seeming to have quite a game panning out in front of him if he can keep up this pace.
I was going to say that it's the other Lithuanian that was drawing my eye in this round, because I feel like from my perspective, like Boo committing that hard when he's up against a run it back was intriguing. Because I can understand you having one player on the A site, you TP out, you play retake, maybe he's hoping to get one and then do exactly that, but he stuck around for so long and had no support at any turn.
Yeah, he had time to TP out if he wanted to. He made a decision to stand his ground after the Phoenix was dealt with. And I think I like the setup to it. But indeed, overstaying is welcome. Going for the skill check up. Going for the skill check up against Ara, who, you know, again, when he joined this league, was a player who had his ups and downs.
I think he's back there right now.
Indeed, right? But he found that moment of calm, a season or two where he was consistent, and now has to find that identity again.
He found that consistency.
But considering where GX are at least in this stage, I think it makes sense for him to struggle again with that backline changing. The system that he's operating in has to be adjusted, and well, Benji's made a brave play. Nice work. You know, those nasty little kills in a round like this where you want to get your value, but the ult from Koshmaris! The eco! Pistols across the board! I'm not sure what made him think about throwing that ult in, but it has blindsided GX. I can't believe that. I'm thinking what Benji did was good enough because he got one.
Yeah, you know, you get
and Koshmaris just steals the round again. I don't know what it is from round one.
Left.
He's looked activated, but that's a ridiculous way to win a round.
To be fair, I think after last week, he has a point to prove. They've really, really struggled in their last matchup. A matchup that we kind of expected to be a bit of a show instead ended up as a complete KC dominance. And while Anamoda Thrifty off the back of some Koshmaris brilliance here, and it's what you want to see. Unfortunately, with Team Heretics, you have to have that caveat that, like, they'll go from looking like the best team in the world to looking the worst in the space of a week, or with this format in the space of 3 days. But this is a wonderful start from him. And the fact that he's been able to completely take over in a round where they had no right winning, that's going to put him very high on the scoreboard. And more importantly, it's going to send the economy through the roof for the side of Heretics.
Yeah, 9-2 start. Fantastic round delivered by Caution for GX. It's going to be about dealing with Caution. Team Heretics with some momentum. Let's jump in and hear how they manage that.
Okay.
Maybe towards
Watch out down grass. Watch out grass, guys.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready. I'm gonna rejoin in when the smoke fades. Okay, Flick, just hold the window.
Yeah, I go.
Tell me when you're ready. To rejoin.
I'm ready.
Ready? I join now. I think peeking. Hold on.
Be blank. You can cage.
Nothing still.
Get window now.
I think they're gonna walk down mid, bro. I'm gonna beat you guys. I'm out. I'm mid, guys. I think they're done mid. Clear under window. I have garage. Okay.
You're holding. I don't see anything.
One jump spotting backside, see long boys, okay?
I go see long on this, yeah, and you guys go garage?
Yeah, right to fake.
Wait, 2 seconds.
No smokes on them, guys.
Wait, guys, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Ready?
It's good to do now.
I'm gonna reveal. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go,
Go.
Yeah.
Revealing area.
Lighting.
TP.
Hey, open razors. Holding now.
Goes right.
Jumping, Jesse, can you jump?
Yeah, don't say anything. I'm strong as today.
Alright, you go plan. I'm playing ult.
Me garage.
Give me.
Come
There is wall here. Come cross the wall, bro.
Just go. I'm ulting off you guys,
Break
okay?
the strip on garage for me, guys.
I cannot. Can you ping it?
Listen, call the retake and I ult you. Tell me when they start the retake, guys. I'm ulting.
Flash boom. I'm wait.
Back, guys. You can stabilize.
Yes. He's backside. On the right side.
Okay,
80.
I see.
I'm waiting after the ult is over.
No default.
Just go back. And save it up.
I'll try.
Save you.
Bro, I meant to wait for a push and then we do the play.
Teleport's ready.
Anything you can do, I can do better, says Ara, out with a point to prove himself. He's done very well in this round, shutting down Heretic's attempt to get back into that site. And as we said, someone who has found his calm before but seems to be back on that bumpy road, well, that's certainly one way to reset your momentum.
Yeah, I think as well, just we talked about this initially, where the conversation was about, oh, Net's the IGL, because GX tweeted that Net's the IGL. Then it turned out Net wasn't the IGL. Interesting. And that Flickless had taken over. But in this round, it did really feel like Net took over. It's like, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. I'm going to have my ult. That can carry you through individually at times. But when they meet another team who has that element to them, that's where we look deeper. And for GX, I think those building blocks are still being formed. For Heretics, not so much, but they're also a team who's had that drop-off. Woot walking through the smokes, being met with great force from Ara. And again, 2 rifles in this round. The Headhunter gone now, so we're down to pistols alongside them. It's definitely not one that we put a lot of stock in Team Heretics winning. Yeah, I think another player that consistency has been a massive issue has been Woot. It's still trying to find his place, it seems, taking over primary duelists at times, playing KO on other maps, which I'll say I haven't particularly enjoyed. And we know the level he can bring. When he's at his peak, he is on point. Nonetheless, re-aggression not really working out. GX able to hold the line wonderfully, very much prepared, and even having the run it back if they want to use it. But with the advantage they already have and versus a bit of a weak buy, I'm not sure if value is necessarily there. Then again, if there was any man to stop, it would be Rien's, but the jump peak from Ara is perfect, gives the space to West Side, and for Benji Fishy, wow. If he ever wanted to make a pitch for the Heretics Classic, this would be it.
Yeah, well, you've really set him up with some high expectations there when the ceiling wasn't that high from the floor. Now 1v4 against the Rifles. Not going to happen. West Side coming into the rifle round of Heretics. GX will have a run it back to work with. And again, that ultimate getting online quite frequently has been a point of discussion recently. Durka getting the game changed. Through no surprise.
No, it was just a coincidence.
He was able to do. Yeah, definitely.
A little coinky
Had
ding.
nothing to do with him getting 6 ults at half.
Yeah, we only got 1 in the next half. So
yeah. It was very reasonable. Very reasonable indeed.
Oh, GX now with the lead. As I said, we've not seen a massive amount in Stage 2 of this map from Heretics, but the one victory they did have was a 13-0. That was on the attack side, so maybe they're going to flawlessly win the attack side, but I think we're already seeing GX deal better on this side. And obviously the form on this map from GX isn't fantastic, but it's 3 losses in a row to KC. Other than that, in the past, they were very good on this map as well. So maybe not the strongest of picks that Heretics might have thought it would be. At least in this round, though, I feel like they've been waiting for a B hit for quite a while. And they've got quite a lot of players on B again.
Yeah, I gotta say, I wasn't expecting the Koshmaris Odin spam to counter the run it back, but it seems to have worked, if not him getting the kill. Boo getting in there for most of the damage, and Benji's got a freebie onto Ara. The Cage almost helping out there, drops and reveals a nice prize behind door number 1. Rian's patient, catches net walking through on B. Flickless tries the same on C and gets himself a kill. But it's a 4v2 now. Flickless is half HP, and getting that plant through, I was going to say it could be difficult with the Odin around, but it looks like they're going to give a lot of respect to Flickless and Jesse. Heretics taking this as a very slow retake, grouping up. Look how cautious they are, clearing garage, watching for a flank. They don't want to give GX any opportunities.
No, it's just not worth the risk. But then again, first shot goes their way. Flickless, though, 43 HP, would need to double his kills here and now. And well, it's not even going to get past the Odin. Sliding through the smoke like it was absolutely nothing. And we are going to go level yet again. Neither team able to really get a proper foothold on either side of this map thus far, but GX have at least built up enough credits that they will comfortably be able to repurchase back into this next round. They will have to be a little bit more wary, though, of that sliding Odin.
Good job.
Yeah, Kosh is definitely throwing in a bit of a spanner in the works. A guy who started out with some clean and crispy headshots. Now he's going for the cheesy strategy instead of the meat and potatoes from before. I do appreciate a good mix, a good spread. Let's see what his Odin spread is like here. Aiming down early on to spam these players walking through A main. He's already tagged up Jesse a little bit. Put a dent in the shoelaces, but that's about it. And that'll be the end of the spams. There you go. Nice little early damage, but not too much to report about. Now, I do want to see what Kosh's ideas are with this, because we've seen him sliding through smokes and using the Odin with great levels of success. But for now, at least, he'll find himself waiting for the action to go down. GX extremely patient. And I wonder what aggression they're looking for. I don't feel like we've seen Heretics push all that much. GX were talking about them pushing mid a few rounds ago, but they have been much more keen to sit back and let the attackers make a move.
Oh, well, saying that, Benji Fishy runs straight through a cage the second you said it.
Not what I expected.
neither did I, to be honest. I just saw him doing it on the map like an absolute lunatic. Even still, this ended up even and almost went the way of the attack for a moment, but Flickless not quite able to convert that kill on Taboo. The aggression of Ara, well, clearly feeling like he needed to make a play. And now with the Nightfall, at least connecting onto one, it's going to be very difficult. Net is now 1 HP purely off just being tagged by different utility. Even still, he's got a kill and given Jesse a chance, but 37 health. His position relatively known, and the jump across, well, it's the jump across and shot from Woot that will end his round with a triple and give Team Heretics the lead.
Yeah, you definitely understand why Ara wants to make that play. 3v4, Nightfall on the other side. They're the 3 as well. And the A side not going to be very kind to you if a Nightfall comes out of heaven, which it did. So it makes sense that he wants to get ahead of it. But he steps out of that smoke to 2 players watching him. And, well, I'm not even sure how Boo reacted that quickly. That tells you all you need to know. Solid round from Heretics.
Nice, Woo, let's go. Good jump.
A 5-4 scoreline. Woot getting a little bit of a momentum build around it. A new position from Kosh. This time the spam towards the window. Although we can see no one's going to be there.
No one's ever complimented my ability to jump. Just putting it out there.
That's true, Tom, but I've never seen you on the basketball courts. We'll have to fix that one day.
I might be really good at high jump. You don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah, that's fair. Pretty valid. I reckon Milan's good. The high jump.
That's not called jumping at that point, mate. That's just a big step.
That's true. Well, 5-4. Credit's still available for GX at least. Ultimates, a bit of a miss in this round, unfortunately. They don't have the Hunter's Fury to pad the gap just yet, although it is a little bit close. Baiting out the wall, removing some of Benji's utility, and actually forcing a player away from this B side. Maybe that's the realization. When that utility's online, they can have more space, and well, that was almost a catch onto Kosh. Instead, though, they've got the TP across, and okay, they're just going for it. A trap setup ready to go. The second anybody tried to tap that plant, and well, getting that spike back, that's going to be a challenge.
A trap setup is one way to look at that.
30 seconds left.
It looked like they came up against 4 berserkers just decided to run it down at them. All-out aggression from the defense. And you see what I'm talking about with Kosh. It looked like he bit off more than he could chew sliding in there, but he still gets away with one. And sets them up in the chaos to have Boo TPing up on top.
Yeah, I'd love to know the comms in that moment of, was that someone saying go, go, go? Because it looked too perfect to be random. Like, Boo's TP was too well in tune with him going forward. But it is also possible that both players were like, hey, they've been hit by a trap, I'm just going to go for this.
It does feel like they just called for that aggression and everybody responded with exactly what they could think to do in that moment, that TP up top. See it there, there we go.
Yeah,
and
Riens goes through the smoke at the same time.
Yeah, it was a perfectly called launch into that one, but really, y'all got to be on the same page. All got to be a little bit crazy. Then it pays off, 6-4. Now for Team Heretics, the defense certainly taking shape. They've got that 2-round lead off the pistol and a chance to lock in the lead at the halftime with a round win here for GX. Others' weaknesses. Ara right away has to go down to a Bulldog. The credits running pretty deep for the next, and he's been shut down. That was an attempt to sell an A-fake, but with Ara dying that quickly, they have to rely on Jesse finding something from the shadows, getting him behind in the spawn, and he'll get an angle onto Benji. Good work to bring this back, but Heretics quickly find themselves back into a 4v3, and they've located Net.
Very nice. The trap left behind, the paranoia to push him back, and then Woot holding the angle. It was meant to be disarray caused by the attack, and if anything, sure, you got the singular kill from Jesse's TP, but everything else, it felt like Heretics were very ready for it. Now with still a decent amount of utility available, they could even use the From the Shadows just for information if they really wanted to. But instead, they're just waiting to make sure they know where these last couple of players are before trying to make their move back to the site.
Yeah, again, very patient when it comes to these retakes, Heretics. You can see some of the times, some of these rounds have come down to a tight enough margin, so it's a good job. GX trying their best to fight their way back in. Okay, an isolated fight to start with, but the numbers quickly convert to a round win. And for GX, I think this round's a little disappointing. Like, I like the chaos that they're going for, the TP into the spawn, the pressure on A short to drag those rotates, Net left behind to try to walk through B, but they did get caught. One of the key parts of that round, Net sneaking through, gets caught by this, that's ridiculous, he caught the hand. But Net gets caught by the same TP that they saw last round, the same TP that was the go point for Team Heretics to rush back through, and to not see, like, well, either that position avoided or that utility dealt with early with something like a shock dart. I think it's a bit of a miss from the attackers. They should have known about that.
Come on.
Oh. It is now the Heretics after being 4-3 behind, winning 4 rounds in a row. Their map choice starting to look a little bit stronger. And you have to bear in mind they only won 1 round on the defense last time they played. That was because they won 12 in the first half and they only needed 1 round, but it's still a fact.
It is a statistic that's irrefutable.
I am misleading you by telling you it, but hey, you know, I can do what I want.
Misleading isn't the same as lying. And
Exactly.
that's important to remember.
Everything I said was true. It just, you know, doesn't tell the full story. Woot aggressively positioned, and he is not falling back. In fact, there was even a little temptation, a twinkle in the eye that he wanted to go through that smoke. But he has decided, unfortunately for us, to be wise and to fall back and play a slightly more passive angle, which isn't as fun, but it probably is the right thing to do.
I think he realized his TP range wouldn't quite cover an extension like that.
But where's the fun in that?
Exactly. What a loser. Look at him now. Lost out on the information of the A site being clear. Now the hit coming in on C. There's only 2 of them waiting. There's only Benji, Fishy. There's only Kosh! Morris again! An in-zone flawless for an 8-4 half. There's no stopping Kosh Maris today.
Yeah, like I said, he was having an incredibly rough performance last time they played. He's 16-5 right now. Utterly ridiculous, the performance this man is having. And a man that is hoping that maybe he can turn things around in the second half is Flickless, who we spoke to before the match.
Flickless match against Heretics today. What's the big message to the team? What's the focus for you?
Something to answer for, that's for sure.
Oh, that was mean. I shouldn't have done that, but yeah, I did, so yeah.
Well, 8-4 is the scoreline. Perhaps Karma getting back at Flickless here. Frankfurt going to be more than happy to see them struggling after that statement made. And for GX, this defensive side, like you said, only one round last time, but it was one round that won them the game. So it's not exactly a fair statistic.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They got 12 rounds on the attack, so if anything, I expect them to win all the rounds from here.
Well, yeah. Let's see if that stat holds true. For Woot up close, he'll at least be able to take down Ara, leaving Heretics into a huge advantage here in the pistol. And for GX, being 4 rounds down, that's about the last thing that they want to see. A gamble stack is called for already, and we can see, I think they've missed the boat, the spike, heading in the other direction.
I have the spike.
Well, I think you kind of understand the logic. Team gets 2 kills towards the A site. Maybe they run it down towards the A site. If they don't, then you're going to have to split your defense or gamble all in on a site that they've had no presence towards. So it makes the most sense for GX, but unfortunately, yeah, Heretics did not barrel directly into the place that they're fighting for, and Woot is already going to get his 3rd orb of the round with the post plant. For the remaining players, it's a difficult one. They're walking. If they go back towards C long, they're going to head straight into a trap. And then the trap alerts re-ends, which if anything is worse.
I think the C's is going to cost them enough time. Delayed, go for the fight on low HP.
He caught 2 of them.
Or stay sat on long while Flickless waits on the other side of the smoke. Yeah, they'll take down re-ends, but Woot's the man that seems to be putting danger in the minds of GX. He's already got 3 under his belt, picked up a lot of his orbs, and well, now there's plenty to go around, it seems. Oh, no!
What?
A knife from Koshmaris. It's gone from bad to worse. They thought his Odin was disrespectful. That's taken it to another level. He's just fed them steel.
That was his only kill in the round as well, right?
Yeah, it was.
He didn't do anything else.
Look at this, man.
It was even out of bullets. No, I don't think it was. I think he's just...
Yes! Come on!
What a turnaround from Koshmaris. Genuinely, I think he's either there or close to getting more kills in this map than he did in the last series. Like, it's always a worry, especially when you're playing new roles. Like, he was playing smokes on at least one of the prior maps that they played, but... one hell of a turnaround.
It's definitely scary.
Oh, no, he's way ahead. Sorry, I'm foolish. He went 8 and 31 in the last game.
Oh, that's not a good stat. But yeah, for Heretics, this is somewhere that everything's working. They've looked very disciplined on the retakes on the defensive side. Barred the time that Boo stood his ground against the run it back and Ara after the Vines. Everything's looked very disciplined. They've looked patient. And then when it comes to the retakes themselves, they've looked well put together. At this point, no complaints for Heretics. This is the Heretics that I expected to see. And then you add to that individual showing up the way that they are, right? Like, Kosh having a game like this isn't something we're going to be able to repeat very often, I'd imagine. It's a ridiculous level that he's delivering. But it is something that we have wanted to see from Heretics. Individuals showing up, the game plan being there, the discipline being there. For GX on the other side, it definitely doesn't feel good. They're fighting to avoid the bottom of the scoreboard. And it looks like to bottom out of the season like this, definitely not where we want it to be.
Well, let's be real though. If you're going to the play-in, you might as well play the whole thing. You might as well.
Yeah, mate.
Build into it.
I'm sure the org is sat there going, you know what, boys? More games for the fans.
Exactly.
Let's go.
No, but genuinely, I think if you're a team in bad form, it's better to
I would
get more
love
reps.
to have you as my general manager, mate. This would be fantastic. You've had no results for weeks now. You know what? 5-year deal for Pacific. Let's go. We're gonna make it in the long run.
The sooner you start the run, the sooner the run gets going. Or the sooner you end it, but we'll move on from that.
It's a wonder no teams have reached out, Tom.
It's because I'm so successful at what I'm doing already. You know,
I see. You're not fielding any offers.
You know, one day I will be the assistant coach of James Banks, and I'll prove you're wrong.
I wish you the very best.
That's your one claim to fame.
I wish you the very best of luck.
10-4. It was a comfortable conversion round, which Heretics will come back in with some pretty decent weaponry to play with. Koshmaris, honestly, he hasn't had much to do so far in this second half, but they are incredibly far ahead. And for GX, there was a blip in the middle between round 3 and 7. But they're going to have to try and find something in this one. Now, of course, this round would be the gravy for Team Heretics. So rather than listen to us, let's see what they're saying while they try and convert this.
1 HP, oh my guys, 140.
Okay, all good, all good. Come on, guys.
I'm inside garage.
Can
They
you
strip
run
on me.
A?
Guys, listen.
Kill the trip and let's go retake
Kill the
it.
trip now?
Okay.
Yes, just kill it, kill it.
Okay.
Listen, guys. Retake A,
flash
finish
mid.
C. Make sense?
Retake A,
A,
finish
finish
C.
C.
1 mid pushing.
Take this.
Wait,
Cap
no.
1.
I got your garage.
I'll go prowler,
Yeah.
okay?
Bro, I shall the
Care
pick for
left,
you.
bro, please.
He was rabbit.
I
I
don't
think
see
close
it.
long.
No one left.
I'll go back. I'm going towards C, okay?
Guys, we should go C-split, not just...
C-split? Okay, then I wait outside garage.
And can you switch?
One, two.
He did just re-click garage, okay, with Phoenix Flash.
Guys, when we go, can you break left side and I will prowler?
Can you do prowler? I will go at the same time.
AJ,
ready?
Yes, I'm
You break it, okay? Wait.
Okay, I break the door.
Who smoke? Yes, I'm
They
smoking
smoke
now. Go prowler.
I'm out.
I'll trap on B.
Reloading.
I'm anti. Okay.
Yes, I think no Phoenix flashes.
Okay, guys, I'm ready to smoke CT for
Okay, let's wait for
I'm
the
on
wait.
it.
We have Phoenix wall on us, just wait.
Yes.
Yeah,
We'll go after the wall, guys.
I ult blood.
I'm ready, guys. Let's go now.
I reveal plat, guys.
Cryptics.
I'm watching flat.
He's 1 HP, I'm on 1
30
HP.
seconds left.
Okay. I don't know
I'm blind.
is.
Nice.
One more right.
Wait, I'll play, just wait. Flat.
Last player standing.
Oh,
Bro,
NG, bro.
my bad,
Let's
my
try.
bad. I wanted to pull close left, but I missed.
And the round secured by GX is a lifeline to put them at 10-5, Tom. At this point, they need every little advantage they can get. It's not going to be plain sailing, though. Round 3 is the expected loss. You got a full buy coming up next.
Yeah, I think like the initial setup of the round I didn't mind, but yeah, not clearing the closer angle. It also feels that GX had a very good read on that one as well. But as you said, Rifle's still coming back up for Heretics. It is the end of their 7-round streak, which, considering the initial back and forth, was a little bit surprising, if I'm honest. And the TP across immediately. Wow. I thought that maybe it'd be a problem for Boo. It ended up being, but it was more of a problem for both Ara and Westside. 2 of the highlights for this GX squad gone immediately, and while the walk-up for Flickless makes it very easy for Woot.
Yeah, the patience. It's a hard spot to play from, so easily tradable, but on the chamber, that TP is going to let you get right back out of there. So the risk taken paid off tenfold now. Team Heretics, 4 versus 2. Still waiting outside this A site.
Brace yourselves for a meteor strike.
Still waiting outside this A site. And having not decided to go for that push just yet, look, there's an opportunity if GX stay patient. Sit and wait, and with both of them here on A, I see no reason for them to go rotating. Smoke down. Smoke down there's a little bit strange. Honestly, I think maybe trying to sell false information. That short is wide open. If they go to peek it, they don't check net in the corner. I like the idea. And with time ticking, they're still moving towards this position. That's about to give the game away, though. And with him down, okay, yeah, Jesse could be in the right place, but he's got 4 players to deal with. I think without them springing a trap, this round is pretty much done for. And even the jump out from Koshmar is like, look at the respect Heretics are giving them here. They've just cleared it with a reveal, and he still goes jumping through. They're not giving an inch to GX.
Yeah, I don't know if we caught much of it, but it sounded like after the last round, Rians was going like, okay, I think we made a bit of an oopsie in the last round, not clearing that corner. So I think this was just a very controlled round. Because I think it's easy when you are far enough in the lead to just go, okay, we can kind of just outfrag them. We can take some more risks. And then you get that little blip and you immediately go back to, okay, we need to be very careful. I think as well you could see the confidence from Koshmar. It's like when you're having a good game, you don't mind taking those risks for your teammate. Post-pause. They're going to invest into this one. It's not a perfect buy. Flickless going to be left onto a pistol, but they're going to try and get it done with the rest on rifles.
Yeah, early aggression from GX, the name of the game. Mostly rifles to work with, as we said, and it's Woot to take a lot of HP off of net. And he almost goes down to that spam. Jesse doing a remarkable job. He doesn't know quite how good of a spam that was. But he's nearly given them the advantage. GX still, though. They early push A. They embed Jesse, and now they rotate to the C site. to the site that's stacked with Cypher utility. They are putting a lot of eggs in one basket, and Jesse's just seen that, well, he might need backup pretty soon, all the while waiting for Benji to get an angle on this cross. If they can drag those rotates through B, it'll be Benji wanting to capitalize, and well, for now at least, GX don't seem to be taking those risks, falling into those traps. It'll have to be Heretics to make a move of their own volition.
It's been one of the cooler things of having Woot play a secondary lurk is Benji is often given a lot more space. Okay, I think Boo maybe had a bit of a misread. I'm not sure how he's still alive. He's been shot in the face, but somehow has dodged enough bullets, doesn't get caught by the Blaze Wall either, which normally denies the plant from this exact position. Well, eventually Westside will get the job done, but it's a post plant that maybe not necessarily expected. For Westside, he does still have that run it back online and immediately looks to use it.
Yeah, completely blindsided Woot. The flash out from Benji, not enough,
chance.
and Kosh has been sensational, but not to be this time. And I think for Heretics, just running out of ideas there as the round ticked on. They didn't get any of those rotates through B. They didn't get that over-aggression on A. They didn't catch Jesse down in sewers, and so finally, it's a little bit of an all-in blind play towards this B site that GX adjusts to in time.
Yeah, I think Ara does fantastically well. It sort of plays off of his teammate's flash, it avoids the Vice flash as well.
That goes there.
Better round from him individually, but there needs to be quite a few more, of course, for Heretics. Still a purchase here. Tour de Force available as well for Woot, which is always going to be devastating. And a very aggressive start from Kosh! He was 6 health after that first battle.
It really is. I think it's round 1 or 2 we're saying Kosh feels like he's on today.
We had 8 kills in the last series.
That's ridiculous. He knifed a guy in the pistol round of this half. He swings out a long. I mean, the gall on this man. You talk about how, oh, you're so far in the lead, you know, but sometimes you take a risk that's going too far, and you got to tighten the ship.
That might have
after.
been too far.
You got to tighten the ship and say, okay, guys, no more risks. We got to be safe. We got to close this out. And we do see that from Heretics sometimes. They lose the last round and say, should we just send Kosh, a man in a catapult, just see if he hits something crucial? Well, Ara and net down, the C site wide open. There's a utility in the way, but no one to capitalize on it. There's a plant here for Heretics, and a 5 versus 3 that at 11-6 down. I think GX might be more inclined to save this, but at the same time, everyone can buy bar.
He almost died to the trip.
I don't know what we even do. It's pretty grim. To be 11-6 down and save where 4 of your players have got 2K up. Yeah, it's not really where we want to be at for GX. It's a very grim, dark future for them to be in this position.
Well, I'll also say as well, I don't know if this is maybe the 3rd or even more, where we have seen them lose 2 picks on a side of the map and then gamble on that side of the map, and every time Heretics have gone the other way. I think the only time they didn't was when they had that massive 4v2 advantage, and then they walked into the 2 individually as they went looking. So maybe something that they need to read into, because Heretics are just going, yeah, we got 2, they're going to gamble stack that side, let's just go the other way. And it's worked 100% of the time. Yep, let's get the second one. Yeah. Wow. Just imagine every gun's an Odin, and sometimes that will happen.
I was 6 HP, and the trap did -5.
Yeah, see, they literally almost died. Imagine if you're flickless looking at the damage at the end of the round, you going, you mother.
Did anybody else hit him?
Actually, yes.
A little 144 in there. Well, 12-6. 1 round to close this out for Heretics, and the question is, how close can GX make it? Winning is not looking likely at this point, but dealing with some of these players, reigning in the ego could be enough. Ara's already taken down Woot. It's a good start, but now Heretics looking the other direction. Flickless is being pressured, played with, and taken down. Koshmaris is having none of it today. And look at that timing. Rien's just walked out that door.
Spike planted.
Didn't let it hit him on the way out. Now he sat there waiting for noise to be made, waiting for that wall to be tripped, but it looks like they're ready. Net's holding the angle, and he will at least punish. Still, though, they've got a 2v3, and this time there's no sense in saving.
Take flight.
Well, they've at least managed to keep their guns. There's a silver lining. But as we've spoken about many a time, getting into this C site with, I was going to say with Benji's util can be difficult, but if Kosh is going to peek him like that, that's an opportunity. They now know where Benji is. A clear as well for Ara. Another chance at a multi-kill round, but it's Boo in the clutch. Normally the man you've won in these moments, a first headshot landed, time ticking, and okay, Net's just going to run at him, but he doesn't have enough time. Oh, he's just going to try and stick this at the very end of the round, but that spike is going off, and it's not even close. A Red Bull clutch from Boo to close, and a 13-6 victory coming through for Team Heritage.
Well, I do think that the trap the Heretics have set will be sprung sooner or later. And that jump has just kept them around.
Well, it's going to be Kosh Maris with contact. Spike now having to run back, going in alone to B main wouldn't be worth it, and it seems like Woot's on the chase instead of falling back at this point.
And that's got A.
Yeah, the A site is under the control of the opposing side. Flickless waiting, needs to get a couple, and he does. He might not have the KO, but he's got his flashes nonetheless. Boo's going to be able to clear out one. Benji's found another. Swings and roundabouts in this round as we go back and forth once again. Monet's position, it should be a surprise for one, but he doesn't expect the player back around the corner. It's left to Jesse, 1v2. Well, clearing from here might be quite difficult, but Paranoia not going to catch him. An opportunity for him to maybe go unnoticed, but eventually they're going to figure it out. And while he gets nothing for his troubles, it will be a Heretics pistol round, another strong start to the defense.
Yeah, I was going to say he's got the right weapon for it. Having the bandit up close like that, exactly where it's meant to be used, and even on further ranges, it's pretty good. But the jump in from Boo really caught him off. He's just bumping his head off the roof, doing little bunny hops along his way. And that will definitely affect your ability to pop a guy in the head. We'll see it here. Look at him jumping in like that.
Let's go!
Focusing.
Good job, boys.
Woot's reticle on the right spot, a 1-0 start. And you can see Bibson's already upset. They got 6 rounds in the last, lost both pistols. Now they need...
He's being comforted. No, it's okay. It's actually fine. Don't worry.
We got the plant out of it. That's pretty good.
Flickless got a couple of orbs. Okay.
Hello.
Westside with a quick double. There you go, you mentioned the bandit, and there it is. Is there any weaponry to be retrieved? It's being defended by Boo.
Honestly makes me quite scary to see Westside picking up the bandit, because he's a guy that's known for his sheriff play, for his headshot percentage at a time. He was by far the best in the league at it, and it did feel like most of that came down to his sheriff play, which was close to 100% on the headshots. Now you give him the bandit?
Oh.
Well, could be even stronger up close. They should not be losing that fight. Benji down, heal on Flickless, weapon picked up, and the spike on its way to a wide open site with backup. This is
a new style of IGLing.
Is this what he was pointing to Pipson for? Yeah, it's okay. We're going to win this round. See, and then they go
the solo lurk Phoenix round.
Yeah, this was the call.
Yes,
from the get-go. Generational strategy.
They've done well with the space. Flickless has been able to heal himself back up. Boo also damaged to 50 HP. If anything, starting to look like an advantage, especially with Westside having that weapon. The problem is they now know exactly where Flickless is. The shot dart into the corner is going to leave him incredibly low. That's one cleared already. Rians took a tiny bit of damage in response, but not anything to really worry about just yet. Westside still at the back of the side, but it's Net that they need to potentially worry about from behind. Only with a Classic, if they can clear out Westside, it could become a problem, but he's looking to be a nuisance himself. The shot dart's not connecting, but the pistols will do the damage. It's going to be an immediate response from GX, and That doesn't go as a small surprise, to say the least.
That might even put a smile on Pipson's face. He was looking very
cut to
down
that right
in the dumps.
now.
He's just punching the monitor. Well, 1-1, definitely better than it looked like we were going to start here. And again, props to Westside for being able to find that double. And here it is, clean as can be.
I think that's the kill that surprised me most.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Westside was quick, clean, and clinical. On the other side, it looked more like a bit of a whiff from Benji. He got a few bullets out. And,
so, yeah, I would definitely say that.
Disappointing for Team Heretics, but if you're looking for Lotus, this is exactly what you want to see. About the best start that GX could hope for. Losing the pistol, winning the follow-up. Woot is one away from the Blade Storm with that pickup, so it definitely is still time to be cautious, but run it back and rifles for GX on the attack side. It's a recipe for disaster for the defense.
I think you might know the cams there.
We certainly should.
Camera taken out.
Oh, they certainly know that short control has been lost. It's still, remember the Woot getting a single kill here. He tried to be cheeky. Was hoping that maybe that wouldn't go online. Okay, running back's been used and denied. Still plenty of time to retreat off this. Now, I think it's the right call. You've spotted enough players on this side of the map. Paranoia is going to be used to slow them down from Boo. It means that now they have another decision to make, and, well, the patience of Ara will net them the first. Still waiting to see if Woot can get anything, but because they've caught that kill, they're going to go back towards the other side of the map again, where Koshmaris is waiting.
Okay, Kosh, time to shine. The flash certainly going to shine bright in their eyes, but it's a bit whiffy on the second. Damage done, Blade Storm online, but 66 HP. They'll go for the Guardian instead. Bit more help there, and this Blade Storm could be what turns the tide in their favor, but instead Heretics, they might almost just be in that conversation of damage at this point. Boo without a rifle. Woot, opting to carry this Guardian forward. It'll have to be quick and clean from him, and nothing but net and headshots. And you can see how passive GX are being. Again, giving no quarter to the other side. They know how important a strong start is here. Even keeping them all alive would be fantastic, but Woot has brought it down to just one. He won't get the round in the end. It's Flickless with a 4K, but that was much more costly than it looked like it would be.
Yeah, he's on a bit of a heater, which, considering he's coming in with a Blade Storm for the next round, this is just smart from him, baiting them out of positions, but ultimately, the conversion is the most important thing, and as we know, a lot of the weaponry was picked up in the last round, so they're not going to have that massive economy boost that they maybe should have done, but they are still going to have plenty to go into this round with for GX, and more importantly, the lead.
Well, an operator out from Woot, looking to turn the tide. He's already had a decent start, as you've said. Reveal over, Rianz is forced back. GX gain control over B main. All the while, Ara's waiting outside A, hoping someone goes lookabouts. So far, it's been Benji going down in a few of those early fights. Boo won't be given the opportunity for them to change the name on that kill feed early, just to smoke the one-way put up, and GX give up on their control on that side of the map. No aggression for them to punish. So instead, the group up and run it down into the B site. Remember, just one away from Flickless because of that 4K in the previous round, and the orb here almost has to run it back to work with. They'd love a pick, and while they work other sides of the map, show a little bit of presence, the hope is always that someone from Heretic steps forward, but instead they patiently wait for the mistake on the other side. Woot's out of there. Caught on pizza. And blinded up, it's dangerous. Jesse gets close, but Benji should be there to save. Woot, never mind. Woot's got his own back.
Yeah, didn't need saving. Benji was there to maybe just get the trade in the end. And 30 seconds left. B main control is all that GX currently have. I think even going for this would basically just be throwing the weaponry into the wind. So I think they're just going to have to sit back and try and hold on to these remaining rifles. It will give them a purchase for the next round, so it is definitely worthwhile if they can. And they might be lucky in the sense that Heretics don't actually have any bank, so they're probably not going to hunt this. Maybe one player will go and have a look, but I think if anything more than that, it would be silly. And in fact, they're going to keep all 5 alive, which I think is the smarter play in this case.
Yeah, no, I think like if Kosh didn't have his ulti online, he'd probably be the one to throw himself at the situation, but run it back available.
Yeah.
There's not really much else that's worth that trade when the economy's spread that thin early on. Great patience from Heretics. Again, the idea here from GX was to bleed that info out of the hands of their opponents, hope that Heretics got a little too curious. And then even at the end, when they try to force the mistakes on mid, take some space, Woot is locking it down. 8-2 from him. A solid start for GX. The slow approach didn't work. Let's jump into their comms and see what changes in round 5.
Wait, I'm gonna reveal soon.
I'm revealing now, guys. In the corner, okay? Can be right at corner.
One way faded.
Revealing now.
They broke it.
He pushed out mid. Watch out top mid push. Real miss.
One aim main, guys. He broke the reveal.
I can break.
You can break.
Could be one.
Could be one, yeah.
I broke.
I will give smoke as well.
You can take orb maybe.
I'll just take orb.
I'm staying empty.
Let's go back into mid now, guys. Let's go back into mid.
Well, how are we gonna finish flick?
We'll go into B. We'll go into B, guys.
Okay.
Like,
Straight?
we'll go,
Well, listen. They rotate mid when I drone mid. I think I drone mid and we just go B hit.
yeah, come forward towards B main.
Go B main, guys.
Okay, go.
Cypher is playing towards lane most likely.
Do you want to just smoke M3 and
No.
Okay.
Give space to
Reveal, I broke.
They're gonna know we're B.
Cover lane.
All right, wait. I'm gonna drone now. Droning now.
40 seconds.
I'm ready, flick.
They smoke short. They've known
Camera.
Camera mid. I'm gonna break it.
Get a short out picking now.
I'm ready to
I
smoke.
broke camera.
We'll go now. Go smoke.
Yeah, ready?
I'll reveal,
I'll
bro.
ulti.
Smoking.
Ready?
Yeah. I will cage Andras.
I will have blind for the big zone.
Why the cage? Oh, it's one way.
There's
One logs. One lane. One
Lane, market.
Outline. Nice, there's a step.
one there, go, guys.
I will.
Wrong side. Give me the bomb. Give me the bomb. Give me the bomb. Stay front side. Give me the bomb.
Yes.
That's clear, boys.
Yo, tell me when they're fighting CT. See on your camera, I ult off you, okay?
City.
I'll ult off your camera.
Did count.
Camera taken out.
Nice. I broke.
Guys, you got
I need to take back the
120 Cypher, no?
Yes, 120.
I have knives.
Okay.
You
Close,
want
close.
close.
And
I
I'll
want smoke
take
backside. Yes, you can pick.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. I'm holding your lane.
I'll take close. No one. I'll check.
I'm ready to
close.
paranoia green.
Wait, got it.
Go.
One close. One close here.
That's one chance,
One
man.
enemy remaining.
Go! Nice!
Excellent calls, low HP on the Cypher. They knew he's down to 20. Woot's confident to take the classic out there. Of course, Op in his back pocket. Blades run dry. Not much of a choice, but he couldn't have had a better player sat opposite him in that moment. A big clutch from Team Heretics, and that's the lead salvaged.
Yeah, it was again a round of, well, I guess 2 halves. The fact that it started so strong with Rien's, well, getting 2 and taking down the ultimate, then an immediate flurry from the other side, and then a clutch out from Woot with a little bit of help from Boo. 10-2 right now is Woot. We've always said the peak performance of this guy is pretty much unmatched. It can take you all the way to a Champions Grand Final, and when he's on, you do see glimpses of that brilliance, and right now he is most certainly on.
Well, that's the IGL of GX taken down. I did physically make some quotation marks on that because I'm pretty sure we've only heard net calling when we jump over, but the social media team may know what's happening. Yeah, it could be coincidence. It could just be that they lied to us. I have trust issues because of these players, but not these ones in particular, but now we may be adding them to the list. But a 3-2 scoreline. An opening pick for Heretics immediately found. Obviously, weaknesses still for GX in this round. The Stinger, the pistol, even the Guardian that the other two have. Hunter's Fury is almost perplexingly put into play here. I didn't expect to see any pressure on Heretics to use ultis, and well, that's a ridiculous spam.
Well, yeah, maybe there wasn't any pressure, but they've used them anyway, and if it gives them a wonderfully clean round, then
absolutely.
I guess it doesn't matter too much for them. For Net,
30 seconds left.
He's got a chance versus Woot if he misses, but as we've seen so far, he hasn't been missing. In zone flawless for Team Heretics, and 13-2 now for Woot.
Yeah, Woot 13-2 or 12-2 at the time, and you say, well, he's got a chance if he misses. Yeah, well, that's a pretty long shot for what was a very close shot. Indeed, Woot definitely carrying them across the line in this round, and now
in this
with
map. Look at everyone else.
He's got 13. The next is on 4. Hey, Koshmara's got him that 130 damage assist. Let's not forget it. So he's basically 4-4. But yeah, it's fair to say Woot is drawing the eye of GX for now, and maybe the ire of
Is that what you used to say when you would play with Lucker? He's dropping like 30 kills, and but I hit that guy once.
I will say he did carry me a lot in ranked. It's just
he did. No, he definitely did.
The first time I got Immortal might have been because of Looker, but
the
other times I did it on my own.
Wasn't he like #1 Radiant at the time?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, don't worry. I'm not nullifying your achievements at all.
Hey, I queued with him on that account, Tom. I queued with him on that account in the deep end. Let me tell you, I got devoured.
So he was #1, and where did you get
That's why I had to learn the wall bang. If it was an aim duel, I was losing. There was no question about it. We adapt, we overcome, we survive, and for GX, that's the name of the game here. Movement towards the A site. They've denied that mid control early. Sitting back and waiting for Heretics to make a move hasn't worked out. And in this round, with a run it back online, it's more so you don't want them to be making a move on you before the advantage is already found. Koshmara's close, but the Molly's going to keep him back. Boo, in trouble with that reveal. The spams come through, but Kosh right onto Flickless. Ult popped, and he's running through, running it down, and he gets a bit further than I expected. But Westside puts an end to that dream for GX. Man advantage. They certainly are sporting some scars.
Oh, what? Oh, Benji's had a couple of nightmare moments in this game so far. I look like a freebie. Instead, now it becomes an impossibility for the last 2 players. That fight felt like everything. And yeah, 3 remaining players incredibly low, but I don't think GX are going to give a damn. They got their 3rd round onto the board.
I would have killed to have a Hunter's Fury in this round. A little bit of extra tickle damage. Could have made all the difference for GX. Very lucky they got away with that.
If it's anyone else, they're not reacting fast enough to kill you.
Yeah,
either.
but you chose the wrong guy. It ain't over till Westside dies, and he certainly came in with a vengeance in that round. 1 round behind now. Team Heretics back out with the operator on Woot. This time it's towards the A side, and it's quite passive. No run it back to contend with either. You would say this is the easier round. Koshmara's very aggressive up in that smoke. He's dodged the flashes for now. He threw his hot hands out of that smoke. He is really playing a dangerous game there when spams had already come very close, but he will get out. And then they reset for this A aggression. I like this. They've shown presence on one side, and now they're going to sneak Koshmaras into the corner of Wine. It's a nasty strat, and this might pick him up a little bit later on. The problem is for now, Boo's going to have to delay on his own, and last time that resulted in him being smashed.
Well, the good thing is it gives Woot a way deeper angle. Because Woot was basically holding just towards main. Now that main is covered, he can hold back towards short. So it makes this a much tougher fight. Although saying that, Ara's already managed to get past the angle. This could be a nasty surprise if they're unaware of how far he's already got. If Boo takes a millimeter of a step, and the problem is eventually they are going to have to move because the spike was baiting on the other side. Great work from the run in towards middle. But now do they go back? They know there's still an operator here. The TB from Jesse has been caught. Woot's also going to connect the shot. Now they have to go back again. They've got 17 seconds, and it's going to tick down. And there's still 2 players at the back of this site. One of them was Rien's.
And they don't have to look at the left. There's a trip there. You either got to jump, make noise.
That's done.
Or go walking down that stairs that they're both holding. You saw Rien's take the fight, but Benji was there to swing in and trade. Rough of a game as he's been having. I don't expect him to falter in a moment like that. And for Heretics, 5-3 locked in as a result. Really nice work. Again, losing Boo on short there was the reason that GX were able to get into this site last time. You understand why they try to pressure it, but it's that added layer of having Koshmaras in main. As we said, after taking short control the way they did, they expected that this would be them putting the pressure onto Woot with the operator. Instead, he had backup, and that pretty much locked in the round win for Heretics.
Yeah. I think also the bait initially from GX was nice, but then it ended as a constant back and forth, time ticking, and just became a little bit more panicky. Still credits to Bai. When they played versus Eternal Fire, they had an incredible defensive side, 7-1, so you feel like this could already be enough if they're in that same sort of form. That's a lot of ifs and a lot of buts. And also Eternal Fire seemingly we're going through an incredibly rough patch. For Woot, this is basically a get one kill if you can, or, well, there you go, just dash out.
The retake play for Boo staying alive would be enough, and I didn't think I'd have to say that for Woot, but he's gone down. Now Boo doesn't even want to go for the spam. The lurk in mid caught, West Side's been spotted, but he hasn't been revealed by that drone. It just about missed, but Benji certainly won't this time. Numbers back to even. And the reveal giving all the information over to GX. It's opening the door for Boo to make a very quick wraparound, knowing that there's a player towards main. He'll cut noise just in time, throw the smoke up top, allowing his boys to get out and challenge down to hell. Flickless could hold the line, but with net down, now he's going to worry about main as well. The paranoia is perfect! And Heretics, again, the patience on these retakes, they have been so clean, and the fact that they check mid here is what makes the difference. That could have been a nasty lurk by Westside. Instead, it was information for Benji, and that's what got that flank in so quickly from Boo.
Yeah, it's the forcing him back from Rien's, like even just throwing shock darts, etc. But Boo here just plays it perfectly, gets the kill. I think Net was a little bit too tunnel visioned in, and then the paranoia is just perfect. Like, it catches two players. There's absolutely nothing they can do about it. And yeah, that's as good as a retake is ever going to go. 6-3, 5 of the last 6 rounds coming in for Team Heretics. A little bit surprised we didn't see a pause here. I feel like the attack side rounds are normally the tougher to get. So I kind of want to see the pauses invested a little bit more heavily on this side of the map. Another one.
He's biding his time. Maybe a little bit too much. Woot, you know he's going through that smoke, but this time the shot won't land. Benji Fishy in the cage that's soon to fade. Pistols and weak weapons up close, dangerous, and the horde mode works out. Jesse, that's his first pick of the game. What a time to find it. GX still have a chance to be equal at the half, and it's a flurry of frags for Jesse. Woot's Blade Storm alongside is up, trained in on net, will put numbers just up by 1 on GX, but they've got the sight. They can sit back and wait for this push to come through. The flash already fired in with the updraft from Woot, but they're tucked in. Nobody giving an inch. Instead, it has to be seized. Woot finds the first, the second, and the third! A 4K in this round! Woot, the Wonder Child, puts them up to 7.
Clutch. Get out.
That's a Red Bull clutch, by the way, guys. That was a Red Bull clutch, in case you're wondering. That's insanity. Like, sure, he's being set up in the early stages, but the rest is just raw skill. Tag to 22 HP.
Yes! Oh, no!
What was that? The duality of man. Yes! Oh, no!
You can't even celebrate in a moment like that. You feel so bad for GX. Down in the dumps, 13-6 map 1. This is their chance to fight back. That was their round. Jesse's getting his first 2 kills. Feeling like he's on cloud 9, and what a long way down it was from there.
Nobody wants to be there.
Unbelievable. This is Woot's map. He is activated, and of course, without even activating the dash, he's pushed down on mid. He's dodged the cam as well. They don't know what's just around the corner, and Woot won't give the info. Not without a big boom. And I think Westside's about to learn this the hard way. Oh, I smoked short, so he can't peek me. He still peeked you.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than playing against Woot in form, other than maybe a confident Woot alongside it. And well, this has just turned into a slaughter. That's 2 kills
2 with
off the hot hands. It's going from bad to worse for GX and for Team Heretics. It's just getting better and better.
I'm actually begging for a Pips and Cam, please. It can be the replay of the last round. Like, I would pay money to see how he reacted when Woot got a 4K. But this round as well, to have to try to bounce back. You won the last round with the weak weapons. You won it. And then one guy came in and said, actually, no. We're going to revert that decision with VAR. We're taking...
Brace yourselves for a meteor strike.
Touchdown.
The KFC double.
And now you step into this one and you get double killed by a hot hands before you even make it into the choke point in A main, let alone through it. So That's got to be about as tilted as a man can get. And I think we've probably already replaced Pipson's monitor. They're closing in the walls on him.
There's not many places left to go. Is he going to have saved for basically 45 seconds and then die at the very, yep, right at the end. Right at the very end. Brutal. 8-3. Again, it was a back and forth in the early rounds. So we were sat there going, okay, this was actually relatively close.
Ah, no. Ah, no.
Jesse's having a nightmare
flickless,
game.
yeah, here he is. I'll flash out. No, you won't, mate. You're dead. Oh.
That's not my fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, don't push that hairline too far, Pipson. You know, it can go terribly wrong. That's all. We'll just ignore the guy who's got 19.
He's got the lobbies kills in his bar alone. This is ridiculous. What a game he's been playing here.
It's
and
just
for
like,
Heretics,
these teams are unfair. I'm going to swap sides or whatever. No.
But like, you had Koshmaris do the same thing last map, albeit even to a lesser degree. And now you come into this one where we've been talking about Woot. GX probably coming into this going, geez, at least we're not facing the Woot of old. You know, they might put him on a KO. And instead, he's come through and got 19 and 4 in the first half.
Yeah, Westside almost just died to spam.
Yeah.
Just threw the smoke at the beginning
That did
of the
happen
round.
last round, the 3 of them, so...
Yeah, true. Koshmaris also has now got the Phoenix Odin. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but in this position, probably quite good. And that's forgetting that Woot is also here. He goes for the high shot onto the Jet, now goes back in for a little bit more with the ult. No, doesn't overdo it though. No. Now with the wallbacks, they're already tagged so low. And now he gets another bite of the cherry. He knows Westside's somewhere around. Is he going to jump back across? No, they're going to go. Yeah, this is smart. Go in with the drone. Boo. A chance for him to get double swung here if they time it correctly. They have not timed it correctly. And he's going to get Jesse as well. No. Oh, we need the halftime.
Sorry.
We need the halftime now.
Westside has just had a man brush shoulders with him. Kosh was beside him for like a couple seconds.
Oh, I'm beside myself.
Without even realizing. 9-3. This is an absolutely abysmal showing for GX. They have got to be down in the dumps, but you know what? They weren't earlier. So moments before disaster, we sat down with GX. We asked them about their goals and expectations. Let's see if they said 3 rounds in the first half of our map pick. Make sure to scan that QR code if you want to get tickets to join us in Barcelona to see teams like Heretics, most likely there. For GX, it's a dream that might die soon. 9-3 down on their map pick, but we all know they picked it for the defensive side.
Hey, 7-1 last time they played. Ara, good position, dead. Flickless, looking for the trades, the spams, lots of spams. Not quite as much damage as there was spams though. Jesse's gonna get 1, but immediately traded out for 2. A couple of low players, Koshmaris, who is healing. Very slowly, but he is healing. Rian's waiting on the other side. They're still wary that there could still be a player on site, but there is not. Rian's under serious pressure and will be cleared. Puts things back into a 2 versus 2. A very real opportunity here for GX to at least start this second half off strong.
Yeah, they wanted to start out stage 2 strong, but it has been a bit of a slog to get there. 1-3, facing down the barrel of the bottom of the group. And this is their moment to fight their way out of it. Crawl out of that pit, Christian Bale style. Koshmaris, 2 under his belt already, peppered up the rest. And he is taking his time, waiting for Boo to get a chance to strike, and there it is, his opportunity converted, and they slip away. Playing with their food now as Westside will be put to bed. 10 rounds on the board for Heretics, and for GX it goes from bad to worse.
It does. It's so interesting watching Heretics play because from day to day they can go from getting dumpstered to absolutely dumpstering teams, and unfortunately for GX they've met the version that doesn't seem to be giving them absolutely anything. Jesse's definitely been having a bit of a rotter as well, which hasn't helped.
But it's always fine.
Did you hear what he said? Sometimes, Kosh, you give me a heart attack, but it's fine.
Oh, it was just fine. for Team Heretics so far in this series. Kosh doesn't look like he can put a foot wrong, and well, that's about
that was
actually
quick.
quite possibly the quickest in-zone flawless I've ever seen. 11-3 now, and it looks like GX just wanted to get that round over with.
Yeah, no, they tried to battle and brawl into mid, not having much to play with, and now it needs to be a flawless streak if they'd like to try and take this in regulation, or they can afford one more blip on the radar. Oh, well, it seems like Benji Fishy is having a wonderful time, making sounds, making noises, enjoying himself. So why would you want to listen to us commentate when you can hear sounds like that in the comms?
Okay. They didn't smoke us anyway, guys.
I'm walking. Listen, I can go.
Guys, I will drone now and I will pressure, okay?
I'm just
they smoked us now.
I'm peeking. I'm just peeking.
I'm checking close, right?
Yes. I'm drawing now.
Guys, get into cam and
yes.
I'm ready.
I pick cam now.
Tagged one stairs.
I think market.
Come.
I'm getting out, come. Yes.
I'm waiting for you. Care looks.
I close door. Bad reveal. Just chill for now, guys.
Need to break it.
Let's see.
Guys, one CT.
He dashed side.
There's 3 side.
Can you kill CT, please?
Yes. Yes, bro. I'm going inside the cage already. I'm close.
One left.
Guys, I can smoke off stairs for you.
Go, do it.
Guys, I'm just peeking.
Do it ASAP.
Being's close. Being's close right.
Go. One.
Kill him together, guys.
Close right.
Come.
Last player standing. Spike down. Defender spawn.
Oh, he tried to give him the surprise, but Jesse came back through with the kill. And for GX, a 4th round on the board at long last. Let's not forget, they started this out by losing the pistol in half 1 and then fighting back in the second. It's about as good of a start to a half as you can get. And from there, they went from 1 to 2 rounds, took the lead, and that's pretty much where the story got boring, because Heretics just started winning.
Because the curse of the comms has helped them get another round.
That's true. Another point for Jack. It is getting a little bit out of hand now.
Can we get a separate bit on the scoreboard that says Jack Igo rounds 1?
Jack Igo rounds gifted.
Exactly.
Chooses which squad he wants to win, listens in with the other. Respectable.
He seems to like an underdog. I'll give him that. Because he always listens in to the favorite. And then they lose a round. We'll see.
I won't tell you what he's just said in the talkback. We'll leave that one out.
Enemy marked.
Either way. It's now a buy up for Heretics. Woot has been on fire, but he is walking into... Well, I was going to say a contact play, but they flash him. He falls back, and then they use the paranoia as well. So they've kept the ground, but they haven't managed to get much off the back of it. Now, Flickless does have his ult, so that will probably be the next layer. But in the meantime, Heretics are walking into the Odin. Maybe going to try and split towards B.
Putting that pressure on, but Nat's still spotting. He's heard the move towards market. Backed off in accordance to reveal fired through. Going to be broken early, or in fact, not broken, but ignored. And Flickless catches Kosh. A trade out more than worth it for the run it back. Now on the site, still Cypher utility to contend with Westside.
Ooh, okay.
The biggest danger of all. He's taken a double and left GX in the lead, but a post plant might be needed. In fact, they're getting ahead of it. They're running it down, and Benji is put under pressure right off rip. He'll get nothing, leaving Boo all alone. They think he's towards the backside, so he finds one for free. And now he knows where both of the final players are. Isolates Jesse, but a man who had a very slow start to this map might have woken up just in time. 5 rounds for GX.
Yeah, it's always going to be more difficult to get those rounds on the attack. We've seen the same struggles out from Heretics at times, but ultimately they've got a lot of runway to play with. Flickless doing well at least to deal with Kushmaris. I think Kushmaris swings there because he knows one of his teammates going to get killed in the back if he doesn't deny that run it back. So wanted to try and help, ends up falling. But again, it's Westside who's able to hold on to the site. For this round, all they can really hope for is getting orbs. The best case is Woot gets his Blade Storm. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see at least one of these orbs challenged for by the defensive side, just to try and make sure that can't happen. But for now, at least, it doesn't look like there's any interest from the attacking side.
Well, we just can't see Team Heretics make this one close if we want to believe in that bounce back. If anything, this is the round that it feels like they'll win. Much more direct, more pointed, more aggressive. Ara stands in their way for the first pick. It stands in the smoke, shorty in hand. He thinks about going through it. I'm not sure that's the right play. But with Flickless down, the pressure's on. Now they need to get in there and help Jesse, who's been shut down up close. The damage already done. And the plant that could be found any moment now, a real danger as trades keep things in favor for Team Heretics. Ara striking again, but it's only to put them even. Boo's being tagged so desperately low that the shorty will make quick work of him, and Ara will deliver a 6th round to GX and a lifeline of a pickup for him.
It's good to see him back on the board. They're definitely having a quieter game so far, so that 4K is definitely an important one. It's a little bit nerve-wracking that it needed to be an important one. You're up against the pistols. I think the mid-rounding there from Heretics was really good. Realized where the isolated player was. Boo calls the forces towards him to try and clear out that backline, and even having the updraft to basically bait Net into a fight. But this man looking in form once again versus those weaker players that he can kill off with that weapon. Either way,
and of course it is. That could well have been Heretics on 12, even though they were on a low buy. I will say, though, I don't expect GX to outbrain Heretics. Based on what we've seen here today, Heretics have played the tighter game. If GX are going to win this, in my mind, it's off those individuals. And Ara stepping up here is one of those win conditions that I could see having the effect. But that means he's got to keep stacking these wins on wins. We talked about Westside on the Phoenix and how impactful he's been. Well, now we need to see that from Flickless. This is the moment to step up for GX. Or they will find themselves down a couple rungs in the power rankings with the bottom of the board locked in.
Oh, for Heretics, pretty much every single ultimate close. The crossfire, nice. Woot still gets away with the kill there. Net should have had him dead to right. Instead, okay. Westside has done well to turn it. Now spots out Rian's, a man advantage that will be kept at least for now. Koshmaris, I was about to say, he's got to be careful of the timing of him making a move forward, as he was about to be revealed. Ara's deep position might be a nasty surprise, but it could also be a problem. We've seen this split before, but this time they hold on to the long control and Ara is in form.
Yeah, and that is what we wanted to see. Ara keeping that performance rolling, a 4K into a 3K. And for GX, 4 rounds in the difference now. This becomes a much more workable position. There are, of course, dangers. A lot of ultimates online for Heretics. When the full buy is there, the running back will be online. In fact, they could come in with all 5. And even a Blade Storm on Woot has been enough to win some of the previous rounds.
Wrong. What the f are we doing?
Straight after the pause. You heard what Weber has to say there. It's not a good sign for Heretics, but this is GX's opportunity to take advantage of the bumps in the road their opponents are facing. Another much more direct play coming in on the low buy, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of ults to play with, though. I fear if Woot gets anything, we might see that Hunter's Fury come through already. Benji's going to find the first. Jesse at the back of the side. They've got this crossfire of 2, and it's a quick swing. I like the reaction from GX. Get in there, get the gloves off, and batter Team Heretics out of the round. They tried something fast, but GX were faster. A string of rounds coming together now for this defensive side. Said it when they played versus Eternal Fire. It's a 7-1 defense after a dead even first half. And now they're starting to build into this one, and Woot, the man who was carrying, has slowed down a little bit. Like, it's not like he's fallen off completely, but he's not able to just drag them through rounds as he was in the first half.
Yeah, and you can't expect him to, but Ara filling that role for GX now, finding a lot of momentum in these last couple of rounds. He's confident, and he's going to step into this angle looking to charge a price of blood, and it's Woot to pay in full. Hunter's Fury hunting them down for the double, and Heretics, they come in with the full buy, with the ultis, they'll run it back in the Hunter's Fury, but those will be saved for another round. This looked like a distant dream for GX, but in fact, This is becoming a reality. The comeback is most certainly on, and one thing that will help it is the fact that their credits are sky high. Heretics won't win a round and close it out right away. For GX, this is the form we wanted to see from them, and that we had been missing.
Yeah, no, the fantastic start from Ara again in the round, but then just off the contact, knowing there's another couple of players, you see that Hunter's Fury come through, and that's round over. That was 2 players dropped. An attempt at the double up of that B play, and well, I'm almost starting to wonder if we'll see the second pause out from Weber soon, because these rounds haven't been particularly close, whether it's been explosive, whether they've slowed it down, whether they've tried to go either side of the map, challenge into mid. Nothing's really been working for Team Heretics. And I would say that there were at least moments for GX where they get the plant and they lose a silly clutch, or someone whiffs or makes a mistake. This is just them getting destroyed.
Yep. They got pretty much the path back, the golden path. Players stepping up individually, that being Ara, and now clean rounds. They don't care if they lose players here. Giving Old Orbs is the worst that it could go, and Rian's has already got his ulti, so that kill means nothing. Only a benefit for GX. The money that they have is more than enough to sustain those losses. And again, there's not that many rounds to play with, so buying for 3 rounds in a row doesn't really matter. When losing 2 means game over.
What are you doing, man?
And this is tough. You've had that timeout 2 rounds ago. It clearly has not gone well. We hear it in the coach.
Way back home. Instead, we are still in this matchup. Heretics still with the lead. Both pauses have been taken with them in the lead, but it is diminishing at a rapid pace, and now there is no more opportunities for Weber to call a pause unless they hit 12.
They have to do it on their own. Things didn't go well after the last pause. Coming into this round, as we said in the previous, they took a big hit to the economy. Left down to a lot of pistols. Running back for Kosh with the Bandit. Yeah, it's probably not going to be put through here. But we've seen Heretics almost win, and indeed win these rounds on low buys. The Bladestorm being a big factor, but Woot does have a rifle. Might make up for that difference. Boo with a rifle on the other side. They will be the sergeants leading the charge, and now it's time to push forward. Ara blinded up, hunted down, and he's made it out! He's gotten out scot-free! Flickless with a double! Leaves Woot with a lot to do, but that is a lot done indeed. He might not have caught Ara, but he's put them into a 3v3, and with the Hunter's Fury, this round could get very dangerous for GX.
There isn't really a position right now for him to utilize it. The spams, it's actually caught Woot instead. That wasn't the target, but they've managed to clear a man that I don't even think they knew was there. Instead, Boo versus Westside. This is everything and well, nothing. And now Rian's left in a clutch. It's not been his best day. We've seen him dominate in these moments before. First kill is easy, but the next 2 incredibly difficult, and Net waiting with the Odin will close it out. Woot did what he could to get them in, but it just didn't go their way from then onwards, the Odin being the star of the show.
Excellent escapism from Ara as well. I mean, his movement there, quick reactions, blinded up. He hits that updraft dash out. And they knew he was hunting him down, but look at this. A slippery snake. As he escapes that fight, Woot still got that impact, but this could have been a much, much worse situation for GX to fight and face back into. 10-11.
This goes here.
A remarkable fight back into this. They said they picked this map for the defense, and I was joking. I did not believe in the bounce back, but here they are. And for GX, you have to wonder, how have they made this work? Well, wonder no more. Let's take a peek behind the curtain.
I have full B, everyone
Running
play.
shorts, 1. I see on camera. I can flash off my camera if you want.
I'm shocked.
Nice.
Reveal garden, reveal garden. It's only 1. Running. Phoenix.
Cypher could look mid. Watch out mid, guys.
Only flow shorts. Inside. Phoenix inside. Inside Phoenix. Jet on mid dead.
Nice. Split mid Cypher.
Nice. Inside 1. No on side, guys.
Could go market.
Can you smoke A main? No on side. 1 A main.
I think Cypher's looking mid. Could go market.
They can cross now, Westy. They can cross. I don't see. Yeah, crossing 1. It's over A main.
to plant Gen after.
Keep camera.
1 is garden, 1 on sides. Gen. Yeah, I'm holding Gen.
Spiders, yeah? I'm ready to blind.
I have Gen. You can blind off me.
Fridge one fridge, bro.
I'm finding this guy, bro.
I'm coming to you. Can we get into side, boys? Yes. Get into side, try to fight this guy. Can you blind Jen?
Mid, bro, mid.
I'm flashing out, flashing. Then dead. I'm blind.
One main. Two main and one mid. They're gonna pivot. Watch short.
Inside running.
Cypher could be all the way at mid, guys. He could be up. 100%.
I'm with you, Jesse. He sound?
I'm just taking the duels.
Close market. B.
Yeah, still be the Cypher. Come.
Can be market still, flick down.
I think you guys beat them here. B main. You can fight B main.
They come.
Let's speak.
30 seconds left.
I don't know if... top mid still.
Long,
Market.
Omen top mid.
Kill this guy, bro. Kill this guy. He's alone. Kill him. They're both A. Run A. They're going A. 100%. Expect them to take fast position short. You guys can flood heaven. Fuck garden, bro. Go heaven. I'll call planner. You
Garden, guys.
Yeah. I don't think it's here. Come here.
guys can go together.
Yeah.
One
close door, one.
Let's
I'm
go.
with you. Let's go.
Follow
3,
the
2.
block.
Dice.
Side to planner.
Again, dice.
Planner. Go together. Go together.
Smoke.
One jump,
Come left. I jump. 3, 2.
Jen.
Don't jump. Just hold
Wait. He's gonna peek.
And
Nice.
All good. Hey, it's all good. We played it well.
All good.
It's good.
Right, well, I want to clear one thing up. Net's the best IGL I've heard in a long time. And how dare you tell me he's not IGLing? That guy's the only one talking. His calls are perfect. He sees everything they're doing. Even at the end, he said, wait. He's going to swing. And he did swing. And he killed them both in individual fights. A mistake. Despite his best calls there. I gotta say, I really am impressed by what he's bringing to the team. For GX, it was not enough, and they have fallen at the last hurdle again. The Jack Igo comms curse. I don't know what it is about County Mayo, but here we are. 2 rounds now for GX. They have to get them back-to-back, but they have looked very good thus far. One bump in the road shouldn't be enough to send them into the ditch. But Heron, oh my God, Woot's already on them. He's already up close, but Ara was ready.
Trying that again. Takes a lot of damage from the Molotov, but look at the defensive setup. Flash, ready to go. Benji's had a good couple of rounds. The last round, a lot of it came down to him, and he's looking to try and close this. Puts it into the 3v3. The spike is yet to make it across. That is a bit more of a problem. They're going to have to fight this. They need to fight it now. Kushmaris has at least turned 1, but Flickless is waiting. And now Benji Fishy is all that remains. The economy of his team on the line, and Flickless backs out. It creates an almost perfect crossfire. He might get a chance versus Jesse, but the second he does, there should be a response. Paranoia's not going to connect. And they're just waiting on this. They know that he has to cross into one angle or another, and that time ticking away should make this almost an impossibility. Needs to swivel on a dime, and he does! Benji Fishy between a rock and a hard place, and he crushes it to diamonds. A Red Bull clutch.